And that has just reminded me of something. But let me get on the move and I'll tell you how my brain works. Good morning and welcome to a gloriously sunny ride in Essex this morning, but not on a Sunday. We're doing it on a Monday because it is Bank Holiday Monday here in the UK. It is a public holiday. We couldn't get out yesterday. Well, I couldn't anyway. It was my daughter's birthday. And so we've come out this morning for our usual group ride. And I've actually got absolutely no topic on today's video, or at least I haven't at the moment. So let's see what happens. We're heading out to our new favourite cafe, the Mixing Shed over in Arkston. And largely, we're just going to enjoy a beautiful, warm, sunny ride because I fear that there aren't many warm days left ahead of us. The summer appears to be coming to an end already. We've had a great couple of weeks. There's been some absolutely storming weather, and by storming I mean very nice and warm, not stormy. But now the temperature has just started to drop ever so slightly. Yeah, and I'm worried that as September comes, we might start losing it altogether. But that just means we'll have to don the winter gear, the long sleeve jerseys, the long sleeve gloves, the buffs, the ear warmers, the extra layers for those cold pre-sunrise winter rides. Do not miss those. But anyway, I've dropped behind the lads. Let's go and catch them up. Oh, great, immediately we start this ride and Simo takes us up quite a nasty hill. We could have avoided this by turning left at the last junction, but for some reason, Simo's decided to turn right and come up it. There's no slack for a bloke who just needs to slow down a bit and record a vlog. It's a dog eat dog ride, this one. Right, I need to have a word with Chris about this. Right, so I've managed to catch Christopher up, and after coming up that bugger of a hill, do you remember this morning when you said I only got in at 3 AM, so can we not have a strenuous ride, please? What part of not strenuous was that hill?
That was 3 miles in, full of confidence, I guess adrenaline bit. I mean, let's see how bad I am at 11 miles, for example. It just felt lovely. It just felt lovely.
It didn't feel lovely to me. And to be fair, I've got gears. Chris is once again back on his single speed. Absolute nutter.
The bike feels lovely. It's beautiful.
Rather him than I. Right, no more hills, please.
We've got one now, haven't we?
Yeah, we have got one now, sadly. Oh, God. Okay, more mechanical problems with this bike. Not the group set though, the group set is working perfectly. However, just like the issue I had at Dunwich, I've still got a bit of a loose headset. There's a little bit of play when I press the brake, the steerer's coming back and forth. I thought I'd solved that by putting an extra spacer on the steerer, but no, apparently not. So I'm gonna wait until we get to the cafe, undo the pinch bolts on the stem, and hopefully tighten it back down a little bit and stop that play, because that doesn't give me much confidence when stopping. Well, we're nearly at the cafe now, but we've just realised that given that it's bank holiday weekend, and specifically bank holiday Monday today, yeah, it might not be open. Oh well, we'll swing by and have a look. Maybe it's open. You know, there are people out on a bank holiday walk today, so they might have opened for them. Signs are out. It smells good. There are people in the courtyard and I can smell bacon. That's always a good sign. Right, well that feels much better, and hopefully I should have a bit more confidence when braking at the bottom of a high-speed hill. I will have to torque those stem bolts up, those stem pinch bolts, when I get back, because I don't have my torque wrench with me now. But that's that problem sorted. I make that. Time for breakfast. This cafe is our very favourite place to stop and eat, the Mixing Shed in Arkston. So if you're in the area, it's part of a compound called the Compass Courtyard. Very nice. Right, well I say the Mixing Shed is our favourite cafe, or fast becoming our favourite cafe, but it does mean that literally half a mile out of it, we have to take on our local nemesis, Arkston Hill Climb. All good fun.
We keep keep saying about how, oh, we must go here and ride, we must go there and ride. But look what's on our doorstep. Barley fields playing, or whatever Jimmy said.
Come on, Jimmy 2.0.
Crops, bales, gravel, patchy grass. Doesn't make you feel great to be alive?
Jimmy's not with us this week, so yeah, we've had to make do with Chris being Jimmy 2.0. It's not quite the same. When you get Jimmy from Wish.
No, you can get exactly the same on Temu.
Just cheaper.
Yeah, but I had to buy 100.
Right, well now we've got to the top of Arxton. I guess we keep going. Right, so here's an insight into the randomness of my brain that has just reminded me of something that I wanted to talk to you about. Coming out of the cafe there, you look across the beautiful fields and it very much reminded me when we were doing London to Paris. That makes me think of France, that makes me think of riding in Europe, and that reminded me of an email that I recently got informing me that I'd won a competition that I recently entered, and that competition was for a ticket to Eroica, Italy. And not only a free ticket for Eroica, Italy, but a free night stay on the night of the race as well. So for those that aren't aware, Eroica is a vintage bike rally essentially, with everyone taking part having to ride on pre-1976 bikes, I think it is. Although I'm sure if I'm wrong, someone will correct me in the comments. But you also have to wear period dress as well. So that means woolen jerseys, woolen bib shorts, and none of these newfangled clipless pedals, toe clips all the way. And even helmets aren't obligatory, although quite a few people do wear them. But then equally, quite a few people just wear a casquette. Now I've wanted to do a Eroica event for, well, as long as I can remember. A good few years ago, I also went to the cycle show at Ali Pali in London, and there was a stand there for it, and there was a beautiful old Peugeot pre-70s bike, beautifully restored, repainted, looked stunning. And I love the whole vintage aesthetic. I think they do a number of events, the main one being in Italy, but I think they also do one in Yorkshire, and I'm fairly certain they do one at some point in the year at Goodwood. Don't quote me on that. But as I say, the ticket I've won is for the Italian one in Tuscany of all places. That would be some beautiful riding. And the competition was actually through like a holiday accommodation website. So I'm also getting a free night stay on the night of the ride, along with accommodation for whoever's traveling with me. Now that would be fantastic ordinarily. However, it is only about 5 weeks away now, and all of my GACC cycling buddies are otherwise engaged or can't get the time off work. So it would mean traveling by myself, which I don't have too much of an issue with, but it does mean that I'd have to get flights, I'd have to pay for another night's accommodation the night before the ride, I'd have to pay for a bike to hire, an Eroica style bike. I do have an old Peugeot 103 Carbolite, which I've been meaning to do up for a long time, so that would be a good excuse to get it done. But that would mean getting the bike over there, which comes with added complications, when I could just hire a Eroica ready bike from the event organisers for about 120 euros, which I'm more than happy to do. But as well as the flights, the extra night's accommodation, the bike, I would also have to get a hire car as well, which bizarrely would probably be the cheapest cost of the 3 days. So I'm just a little bit in two minds as to whether I do it on my own. There are 6 potential routes ranging, I think, from 67 kilometers up to about 220 kilometers that you can choose from. I probably wouldn't do the 220k one on my own, although I would love to challenge that, but I think 130, 140 miles on an old vintage bike with no clipless pedals, just toe clips in the Tuscany heat with a woolen jersey and woolen bib shorts. Yeah, I think that would be a recipe for heat stroke. So I'd probably end up doing one of the middling length rides, maybe like 100 miles, 160k, something like that, if I'm to do it at all, that is. And what do you think? Would you go out and do it on your own, or would you want to do it with your buddies, or in a group at least? The fact that I've won a free ticket seems to be serendipitous and too good an opportunity to miss, because I'm probably never going to get that again. Plus the free night's accommodation, which is very nice. I really am in two minds. Right, but there you go, just under 30 miles done, and yet another complete and utter nonsense banter ride. But yes, going back to the important point of Eroica, and I think you pronounce it Eroica. Eroica, I've no idea. If anyone knows, please let me know in the comments. Anyone Italian especially. But yeah, what would you do? Go on your own? Try and convince some of your mates to come with you last minute? I wouldn't say I'm nervous about going on my own, but it wouldn't be my ideal choice. So yeah, brave it on my own, or try and convince someone to go with me, or just don't bother at all, give up the ticket, which seems like a bit of a waste. Let me know what you would do in the comments below, but otherwise I'm going to go and have another nice cup of tea after another hard-fought ride. So I will say thank you very much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Take care.